Hey guys, what's up? This is take number 2 for this vlog. Last night I did take number 1, and it was, it didn't really hit the mark. Basically what's going on is I just published a vlog where I said, don't vote because it's a waste of time for you as an individual to care about politics or to spend the time voting. The election results will be the same whether you stay home or you vote for candidate A or candidate B, or depending on your country, candidate C, D, E. That's factually true, but I got a lot of comments that are just, like general, you asshole, kind of hate, ignorant arguments, or about 80% of the people who supported me were actually not really supporting what I was saying. They were like,
oh yeah, the Electoral College is not the right way to do this. It should be, a direct democracy where you just count up everybody's votes.
That's not what I'm saying. Even if you did that, the exact same thing. Stay home, vote, doesn't matter. Election will be the exact same because it's so big. Because your vote's just a drop in the bucket. Vote for what you're gonna have for pizza with your friends. Your vote actually matters. In a general election, your vote is watered down to nothing. It won't change. It won't change. That's just the math. What am I gonna do? So last night I was pretty pissed off. I'm just like, how fucking stupid are you people? Do I need to just treat you like animals? Do I need to stop talking to you as peers? Or should I just be focusing on selling you shit and fuck you? After sleeping on it, what this is really about is magical thinking. Whether it's politics, religion, how money works, true love, the importance of family, the importance of being patriotic. Do you need money to be happy or not? All of these things have very concrete narratives around them, and they have pitchmen who are selling you these ideas. And here's the thing that I didn't realize last night. You actually want to believe the bullshit. It's good for you because you're going to fit in with your group. You're going to relate to the people that you're with. You're going to be basically happier because you're not questioning things all the time. This is how it is, and that's it. I've got a box that I can live within. I've got villains that I can hate. I've got saviors that I can praise, and I'm part of the tribe. That's super valuable. That's actually why humans were able to flourish, because we were able to organize around principles like, we're this religion, as opposed to these are my limited family members and I only care about them. When you tell humans the story of, no, you're part of a country, then they can organize on a bigger level, and they can fuck up the guys that are not organizing on those big levels. So that's how it sort of selectively became a feature of humans. The only problem with it is that you're going to be getting subpar results when you let yourself indulge in magical thinking. So if you want to fit in, by all means believe the narrative. You'll be much happier that way. But if you want an extraordinary life, if you want a different life, if you want better results than the people that you see around you, you have to stop deluding yourself, and you have to get a real map of the terrain. You need to know what is reality and what is fiction. And if you just want to conform, somebody telling you what the reality is and that you're being deluded, that's painful because you're like, no, I don't want to hear this. I just want to fit in, I want to do my thing, and I want it to be true. And I think about it like a local maximum, right? There's a higher point on the mountain, but you can't get there without going down first and then going up. And what going down is experiencing that psychological pain of questioning those beliefs that are a core part of your identity, or something that you've already sunk time and effort into, and then you have to look at it as like, fuck, that's a sunk cost. Do I double down, or do I get rid of it and admit that I wasted my time? And that's real pain. You're also distancing yourself from your current tribe. That's extremely stressful. But if you go through that pain, you can find a higher point on the mountain where you're happier, where you're flourishing more. For example, I grew up Christian, and because I am pretty hyper logical, I take things to their logical extreme. I was very into Christianity. I was trying to influence my friends to make them more Christian. I remember having a conversation with my mom where I was like, how can you wear a wedding ring on your finger when you should sell that and you should donate it to the church? What do you actually fucking believe here? I like to think that I take ideas seriously. So for me to go from really believing this shit to being like, there's no heaven, there's no God, there's nobody looking out for you, there's no plan, huge universe, chaos, and I'm just floating around. It's painful. It's really painful. For me, that one wasn't a choice. It was like the internal inconsistencies in the teachings were grating on me to the point where I had to do more research, and then it was just all laid out in front of me, and I'm like, I can't live with the cognitive dissonance of being like, oh yeah, this doesn't make sense, but I believe it. I just can't live with that. That's not how my brain works. And actually the same thing for the Disney style of relationships. I married the first girl that I ever had sex with, and it was a really terrible relationship, and I experienced so much pain that I didn't want to try to go back up that same little mountain that I was on because it didn't work. And I was forced to take a look around and read and try to figure out what is the reality of how relationships work. For me, it didn't feel like a choice. It felt like if I just did the same thing again, I was a dumbass. Also for politics, right? So why is it okay for a group of people to say, give me a percentage of your income? If some dude walks up to me and is like, hey, give me 10% of what's in your wallet, I'll be like, fuck you. If it's a group of 15 people, I'll say the same thing, fuck you. I'll probably fear for my physical safety, but it's the same principle. It's my money, it's not theirs. You can't take it from me, even if you're going to give it to a charity. And if that group goes from 15 people to 300 million people, and they've got a flag, and they've got a fight song, and they call themselves a country, and they call you a citizen of their country, Same thing. It's mine, it's not yours. Same principle applies. For me, I can't hold the idea in my head. I can't hold that cognitive dissonance of being like, oh yeah, I don't really see how this breaks down, but I'll just believe the narrative. It just doesn't work for me. So maybe you're wired to handle more cognitive dissonance. I guess more power to you. That's just how I am. So if you're like me and you can't handle a lot of cognitive dissonance, then you might be questioning whether you should just fall into line. I would say if falling into line is really painful, don't do it. Push through, and there are better ways to live outside of your current little tribe. You can travel the world. You don't have to be ashamed about being apathetic about politics. You can choose any country you want in the world to live in. You can have any sort of consensual relationship structure that you want. You can say all religions are bullshit and try to figure out what's right and wrong based on logic and some books and, some theory. If you feel like you need to go down the rabbit hole and say, yeah, it's a blank sheet of paper, you can make whatever life you want, but it's work. You do need some intellectual capacity to figure out what the fuck is going on versus just accepting things. And it's not all roses. Some things will be good, some things will be bad, but you'll feel more in alignment. You'll feel like you're doing the right thing and you don't have a rot inside of you. So that's my message for you guys. If you feel like you need to dig, I say it's worth it. Make your own life. And if you just want to fit in, yeah, I'm wrong. Everything I'm saying is bullshit. You're fine. Go back to sleep. See you guys.